Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ron. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel? It helps other people know that I post latest videos like this one. And before we get started, I'd like to state that I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey. So this is just clearing up with your doctor first before you start any new adventure. Now, today marks the end of week 62 of my ketogenic lifestyle, and it's all about the journey, and yeah, boy, do I really mean that. So we did, well, first of all, let's backtrack a little bit at the beginning of the week. So we started a new job Monday, and we hadn't worked in since 2008. I've been retired, I've been on Social Security, and I decided I wanted to return back to work with all the weight loss. So the job that I was hired for was hand up as the go. I just wanted to give you a little brief how my week went, a few days. So we did 4 days of training this past week on the day shift, and wow, I don't know where to begin. So once I completed my orientation, I called up the manager, the girl that was that hired me. She was out, and so the manager told me, why don't you come in and start learning how to do the job. So the hand-up is to go. Basically what that is on people will log into the website and they'll put together a grocery order, and my job function basically is to get a hold of a little handheld device and set up a cart and some bags on there, and just go to scan the item, look if you want 1, 2, 5, 10 items of one item, and then put it in a grocery bag with a barcode and scan it, and then go on to the next item, and go on to the next item, but here's what the issue I was having with the 4 days, the first 4-day assessment of my job function. First of all, I need a password to get into the little handheld device, because that kept locking up on me, and that's got to get rebooted. And then you can go in the back room and set something on the computer to go back, so you can go back and continue where you left off. And they've been having a lot of issues with the little handheld devices, so that's a lot of time consuming. And then the other biggest challenge that I'm having is the physical part of it, and learning where the products are and what the products are, because there's so many different varieties of one product. I'll just give you a perfect example. It took me better part of 15 minutes to find a Pete's Coffee. They wanted the original blend and they wanted ground coffee. Now, I didn't realize that that particular company carries like ground coffee, regular coffee, decaf regular coffee, K-cups, different sizes, and they wanted a specific size, and that's pretty much what it's like doing this particular order. So you kind of really have to read your viewfinder, and when you scan it, if you haven't got the right one, it gives you an error message. And then if you scan it, it turns yellow. It means usually they want more than one. And yeah, so this is all part of the learning process. Those girls over there have been absolutely terrific. I just, like I said, I'm new. The third day into my job, I got a little bit frustrated. The fourth day, we came in on a Saturday. We did like a 9 to 2:30 shift, and that day didn't do too bad, other than the device that held up a little bit. Now this week coming up, they got me on for 3-4 hour shifts, because I'm still technically I'm in training. So I have to have somebody there that I can, if I get stuck, I can ask some questions without bothering the other employees too much. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's all right. But, physically, I'm having a hard time bending way down low, picking up items, and, they're heavy, and when I'm not used to it, so, I just don't want to give it up right now. I want to give it a try for about a month, and then if I can't handle it, or I don't want to work, period, I'll just tell them that thank you, but no thank you, and just stay retired and continue doing what I'm doing, which is continue with my video vlogs and do some photography and city work and volunteer and stuff like that. But yeah, so what did we do for this week? Well, we did a 3-day A-fast. Now, how did that go? Well, actually went well. We started out at 216 pounds at the beginning of the week. And I went down to 212 pounds, so I lost a total of 4 pounds on the egg fast. So today when I weighed myself, I was like 212.5. And you know, 4 pounds per week, I think it's pretty good. And so, you know, basically what I had for the week, I had chapels. Well, one meal I actually made fried eggs, scrambled eggs, and I can't hack them that much anymore. So I mixed it up with a little bit of pepperoni bites and just to give it a little bit of a different flavor. And you know, I was okay with that. I didn't make any keto loaf bread or anything like that this time. I did a lot of waffles and shaffles. And so I take 1 block of cream cheese with 8 eggs, blend it all together with cinnamon and vanilla extract. And then I'd put them on my little mini dash, and I got like 8, yeah, it would give me like 16 little waffles, and then I'd split that up into 2 meals, and then a little bit of maple syrup, sugar-free, and that's what I pretty much had for the whole week. I did very, very well on the egg fast. I mean, I was okay with it, and I bought the organic free-range eggs, and yeah, so I lost 4 pounds during the egg fast, and then this came in, the other day. So if you noticed on all my other videos, I was talking about it, that I wanted to get one, yada yada yada, and I kept researching. So I got a wedding to film on November 7th, and to actually take photography. And I got this. This is the Canon M50 mirrorless camera. It pops out like this. Don't want to drop it. And kind of looks like this, and you flip it around, and I can use this for video blogging and photography. And came with a little small camera lens, and so I'm going to have to get some accessories for it. It did come with a battery. I paid $6.49 for this off of the Home Shoppers Network, and I got it. I made 1 payment on it when I received the camera, and I have like 3 payments left on it. I get 3 payments, okay, but I've been wanting to get that for a long time. And so I can borrow somebody's lenses for it until I can afford to get my own, but I'll have to get a camera adapter lens for it for the other lenses, as long as they're Canon. And well, Nikon will work for that as well, and other camera different lenses if you have them, but you'll need an adapter. And you know, I'm going out on location today to take some photography later this morning, but yeah, I'm just going to mess around with it, you know, just to get the feel of it. And it takes marvelous video quality, 4K, yeah, so everything is going good. Boy, and again, getting back to the weight loss, I lost 112 pounds since I started my weight loss journey August 17th. I started out at 325 pounds. I'm 5'8". At the time I was 64 years old, now I'm 65. And then in January of last year, I was 336, so I lost 124 pounds since January of last year. So Friday night when I went to bingo, I was volunteering the entire night doing pull tabs, and that went really well. And almost everybody, again, the ones that hadn't seen me in a long time, didn't recognize me and compliment me on my weight loss. And you know, when I say life is about the journey, boy, do I really mean that too, because I posted on Keto Rewind, you know, a job update and stuff like that, and I hadn't been posting them for a little while because they just don't want any more issues with that particular Facebook support group. And so one of the girls, she commented on it. She had a big write-up about me, and you know, I feel so bad for her because she had lost her husband a couple of years ago, and she, you know, when I mean life is about the journey, you know, she put on a lot of weight that she had gained, that she previously had lost, and you know, I don't know what to tell you or anybody else that might be falling under that category, but you know, you just can't give up on life. You know, I think you guys and gals are realizing that you know what's the purpose of living anymore, and just eat yourself, you know, and keep eating and eating and eating. You all have purpose in life. You know, I often tell you guys to place your hand over your heart and just feel that heart beat until you feel it beating, and you feel all the your heart beating. That's called purpose. Your heart has purpose. You got purpose, and you know, you got family that cares about you, and you know, I've been so blessed. I'm I'm down from a 4X shirt down to a 1X, but I can get into a large. It depends on the material size. My pants are ridiculously big again, and these are 38, so I'm down into a 36 from being into a, the highest I ever was a 60 at one point, but last year when I had my go-to pants before I started my weight loss journey, I was in a size 56. So you can see quite a bit of difference on my face, and I'll probably throw some more photographs up over the timeline so you can see. I'm using the green screen today, and I'm going to just deal with it. What goes on with the green screen, you got to have some really good lighting and not be so much up close behind me. And yeah, and I'm just going to deal with it today. So sometimes when I was editing with the green screen, it would give like a little fuzzy thing around my shoulder, and I think that just has to do with poor lighting. But I'm just going to leave it today and throw some images behind me and put this all together. I'm planning on going walking somewhere today. I hadn't been able to do too much street walking or any safari walking because the 4 days that I did the walking at the store, I was doing 2 miles a day. So typically in a 6-hour shift, I'll do 2 hours of 2 miles of walking. And wanted to just mention too. So the first day I was there, I didn't even know they had a break room. So I was sitting with the lockers over there. They eventually I'll get an assigned locker, and so then she goes, well, you know we got a break room here. I go, no, why? Where is that? And then so I went into the break room, and they got a coffee machine. The coffee's free, and they got a soda machine. I have to pay if I want a soda, and or I can buy something out on the main floor, and. So do you ever wonder what happens to all those products that they don't put on the shelf because they're out of date? So like I'll just say, for instance, they got a bakery section like all the stores do, and the day-old stuff that they can't sell or they just feel as if that, you know, somebody want to buy it, they put it out over. There's nothing wrong with it, but they put it out on the counter for the employees. Like yesterday, that they had a big tray of mozzarella sticks that they gave the employees, and sometimes they'll put like roasted chickens and stuff like that. And I mean, that's pretty cool, but you know, I'm doing keto, so I got to be very careful with that stuff. I mean, I did have a couple of muffins this past week. I'm not ashamed of it at the minute, but I mean, they were wicked good. But you know, I could really notice the sugar that was in it, and you know, I don't want to get involved with that stuff. So if I continue to stay working there, I'm going to start bringing in my own lunch and my own little snacks, because the whole idea of me losing weight is because I want to get healthy, and I don't want to go back to eating that kind of stuff again, because it's not good for my body. And you know, I would tell you guys that if you're struggling with your weight loss, just kind of like you have to trust the process. It just takes time. You're not going to get your weight off in one day. Trust me, and I have my bad weeks and my bad months. The only reason why I do these eggs fasts is to help my body get back into ketosis, which is burning fat for fuel. And you know, I don't pretend to know everything as far as the ketogenic lifestyle goes. I'm learning all the time. I did form my own Facebook support group, runs with Facebook support. And you know, you're welcome to post any of your videos on my Facebook support group. But I just I constantly share recipes over to them to help you guys out. I'm not that great in filming recipes. And as a matter of fact, I stink at it. But you know, I do okay considering how I see others film and stuff like that. Now, yesterday we had the Halloween parade in our city, and I really wanted to be there, but you know, my work took priority. And this is the issue I had over the years with the doing city work. I don't get paid for it, and I figured if I'm going to do that many volunteer hours, then I might as well go back to work. So this is where I am. And then, you know, eventually, who knows? But I'm doing what Ron wants to do. I'm getting out there every day, and I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life, and I'm taking every day as the good Lord presents it to me. And by the way, I do believe in God and Jesus. I believe they came into my life for a purpose, and if you don't believe in them or God, just believe in yourself that you can do this, and I know you can. I've been very, very blessed, and I'm surrounded by good people, and the people at Hannaford's are very, very nice people over there to work for. no complaints whatsoever. I just kind of like feel like right now is that where they are over here, I'm down way over here, and I'm trying to climb the ladder to get there, and I'm kind of like not even on the first or second rung of the ladder before I'm at that level to where I don't need to ask all kinds of questions, and only because I'm a new employee, and I don't want to get too frustrated with it because I am new. So I just have to be patient, just like with the way, trust the process, it'll get better, and but the physical part of it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So if any of the Hannaford's employees watching this video, I don't know. I'm just going to try it, and if I can't hack it, then I'll just say thank you. If I know thank you, and I'll just stay retired. But I cleared it out with Social Security. I know how many hours I need to work. Then I can't go over those hours because if the day comes where I lose my Social Security check, that'll be the end of the job, and I don't want that to happen. Because what we make a month, that's what I need to pay my bills and stay afloat every month. But I'm sure they'd understand that. So what do we get coming up next week? We get a short work week next week. We got 4 hours of training Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, only because I have to have somebody there that can help me. And by the end of next week, I should be fine. I mean, I'm really fine now, but it's just, like I said, the only thing that's driving me wacky and bananas is that handheld gun. And she told me we got a lot of names for this gun. And I said, well, I could think of a lot of other names that you probably never thought about. So it kind of cracked her up. And but they, what the whole problem is, when the gun locks up, you got to pop the battery out, you got to put the battery back in, you got to reset it, you got to recalibrate it, and then you got to go back into the computer room, and then you got to notify the computer that you reset it so you can go back out on the main floor and continue where you left off. And then I'm not a mind reader, so if the customer doesn't want a specific item, they'll say no item replacement. And I had a perfect example. She wanted some chocolate milk, a half gallon of a specific brand. I was going to give her the Hannaford's brand, and she said no replacement. So I put out of stock and that wash. And that was the problem. Some of the customers were telling me why they don't do that particular Hannaford's to go. Because if an item's out of stock, they still got to go somewhere else to find the item. Well, that's not our fault. I mean, as you guys know, there's a lot, even when you go to a regular store, there's a lot of items that are out of stock. Even that Canon camera I got, it's a silver. I wanted the black. They didn't have it available. I got what I can get, because almost every place is out of them right now. Everything's all out on the shoreline right now waiting to come in. And well, I don't want to get involved with political right now, but hopefully at some point that'll get resolved. But anyways, so next week I'm just going to, like I said, I got 3 days of training next week, and then do the bingo on Friday night, and in between all that I'll probably just do some light street walking and keep learning the settings on that camera to make sure I'm happy with it. And I'm very happy with it, but make sure I'm happy with the settings. And like I said, it's the camera I paid $649 for it, but they had like a camera kit I could have gotten for $899, and then another one for $1,300. I was just trying to keep my payment as low as I could possibly get it, because I got to pay it every month. I can't skip the payment on it. And yeah, but I love the camera. We're gonna, this week coming forward, we're just gonna have a regular keto week of meals, and then I'll probably the following week, when I start getting a couple more weeks from now, when I start getting some steadier checks coming in from Hannaford, I'll start doing some of those the series of videos that I want to do in between my work. But yeah, so if you're looking for inspiration channels to follow, don't forget to check out Steffi Newman from The Incredible Shrinking Steffi, her YouTube channel. She's a really sweetheart of a lady, and she's got a Facebook support group called The Shrinkables. And then Jess Freeman from the Keto Rewind, and she's got a Facebook support group called the Keto Rewind Support. And of course my Facebook support group, Ron's Weight Loss Journey. And you know, like I said, if you're new, welcome, and subscribe to my channel, and please do your homework when you guys need help, because you know, you don't. I feel absolutely terrific, but you know, other than the chronic pain that I have below when I'm walking, and the L5 and the L4 problem I have, every now and then when I'm walking, my leg will just give out from under me, or I'll stop dead in my tracks and my leg will collapse. And that's the reason why I use my cane for safety. But the reason why I wanted that particular job is because I can hold on to it's like a carriage, and I can push it and I can lean up against it to relieve some pressure off my back. I didn't have my cane once in the store while I was working, and I was fine with that. But you know, going forward, we'll see where everything goes and just take one day at a time. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Remember, don't forget, life is about the journey. And just you know, stay positive, and you'll eventually get there to where your weight loss is where I am. And just don't give up. You know, we got holidays coming up, and I know people like to splurge on your favorite holiday foods. Just kind of take it easy, and you'll be fine. I'm gonna do a lot of keto meals this year for myself, and get a small turkey for my wife and myself, because I don't want a lot of time left over. And yeah, so anyways, but this is Ron. I'll let you guys go. Remember, you guys are amazing. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay vigilant. Remember, you guys are amazing, and I love you guys.